It's January 6th, 2008. The Sydney Cricket Ground, India versus Australia. What should have been another chapter in a hard-fought test series was about to turn into one of cricket's most controversial dramas. By the end of it, reputations would be questioned, relationships torn apart, and the word Monkeygate would echo for years.
Controversial umpire Steve Bucknor sacked for the third test.
Let's rewind. India had arrived in Australia after years of dominance at home, ready to take on Ricky Ponting's world-beating side. The first test in Melbourne, Australia won. Now came Sydney, and the heat was on. The match began like any other. Australia batted first, but almost from the start, the story wasn't just about runs, it was about decisions. Andrew Symonds on 30, edged Ishant Sharma to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. A loud appeal, a clear sound. Umpire Steve Bucknor stood by his decision. Not out. Symonds survived and went on to score 162 not out. That single moment changed the course of the test.
Well, there's a big noise there. And I reckon Steve Bucknor's the only one at the ground who hasn't heard it. Henry Symonds is not moving, which is, I certainly heard something.
Well, so did I. Symonds unmoved. Did it hit his back arm, back pocket? Couldn't have. Not with this reaction. This sort of reaction suggests, what are you thinking, umpire? He's still only halfway down the wicket. It's a beautiful length. Symonds going nowhere. He should be going somewhere now.
But India hit back. VVS Lakshman's fluent 109 and Sachin Tendulkar's masterful 154 powered them to 532, a 69-run lead. For a moment, the game tilted India's way. Then came more errors. Michael Clarke given not out despite a thick edge. Rahul Dravid given out, caught behind when the ball brushed his pad.
Oh, a big appeal there for LBW. Yes, and up she goes. Oh, caught behind, was it? Yes, I think he's been given out caught behind. Let's have a look. See if he hits this. Well, it looks as if it's the pad to me, and there's no way that's LBW. So, dearie me. There we are. We'll see if we can pick up anything on the bat. It's definitely hit the pad. There's no doubt about that. But Dravid has been given out 4 for 115.
Australia's second innings produced 401, setting India a target of 333. By the final day, it wasn't just a contest. It was chaos. The light faded, the pressure rose, and Michael Clarke took 3 wickets in 5 balls to seal an Australian win by 122 runs. But the scoreline was only half the story.
A win for Indian cricket tonight, with controversial umpire Steve Bucknor sacked for the third test.
What we're seeking to do here is to take some tension out of the situation. Steve's continued presence had become an issue. Steve accepts that in order for us to move forward, this is the best course.
Beneath it all, another storm was brewing. During the match, a heated exchange between Harbhajan Singh and Andrew Symonds caught the umpire's attention. Symonds accused Harbhajan of calling him a monkey, a term he found deeply offensive.
They're just speaking to Harbhajan on his own. And very clever, the umpire here, just putting his hand over his mouth, so we can't pick what he's actually saying. a little gesture of put his hand up, and he actually said, seemed to me, sorry about that, there we are, that's it there.
Indian spinner Harbhajan Singh appeared relaxed before play today, but it may be a different story tonight when he fronts an ICC hearing on a Grade 3 Code of Conduct charge. It follows an exchange with Andrew Symonds during India's first innings yesterday afternoon, when it's reported Harbhajan used the word monkey.
The claim sent shockwaves through the cricket world. Match referee Mike Proctor held a hearing. India stood by Harbhajan, saying it was a misunderstanding, that he had used a Hindi word misheard by Symonds. But the verdict came, a 3-test ban for Harbhajan Singh.
The ban imposed on Harbhajan Singh is totally unacceptable.
The Indian camp was furious. They threatened to pull out of the tour.
Yesterday, the Indians left their Sydney hotel and boarded a bus. The only difference this time, they actually departed. But it was just a short trip to Bondi for a breath of fresh air and some beach volleyball with local lifesavers. However, there was no escaping the spotlight with the media hot on their tail.
Even if the appeal is successful, do you still hope to get an apology from the Australians?
No, I think it's a little early to comment. No, it's not a question of anyone's apology or anything. It's not something due to that regard.
It's been reported master batsman Sachin Tendulkar may have instigated the standoff after writing a text message to the Board of Control for Cricket in India chief Sharad Pawar saying Harbhajan is innocent, and I can assure you on this, in this hour of crisis the board should stand by him. I suggest we play in Perth only if the ban is lifted. Emotions have escalated in India. First fans burned effigies of the umpires. Now photos of Ricky Ponting have been set alight.
The 2 umpires did not hear it. The match referee went on record and said that the 2 umpires heard nothing. And then he did a U-turn. He turned and changed colour like a chameleon. Who's responsible for that? And why should you believe Ricky Ponting? Why should you not believe Sachin Tendulkar? Those are questions that beg to be answered.
The BCCI stopped the team's travel plans until the appeal was heard. Media headlines screamed, "Crisis in cricket." India versus Australia had turned into India versus the world.
I'm not too sure what exactly happened, but if it did happen, I think it's disappointing. There's no place at all for racism in sport. And I hope the hearing this evening resolves everything, and we come to know exactly what has happened.
Harbhajan not guilty of racial vilification, but obscene language. The 3-test ban replaced with a $3,000 fine.
We all make mistakes, so with the time you learn about life and things which you regret later on. I shouldn't have done that, but I'm not someone who like a god, I'm a human. People make mistakes. I must have made mistakes, and I'm sure I've learned from my mistake.
Eventually, in Adelaide, the appeal overturned the ban, citing lack of evidence. Harbhajan was cleared to play, but the scars remained.
This is a great game. They all love it. We should be trying to help and go to the next stage. And the next stage for me is, without doubt, the Adam Gilchrist philosophy. And that is that, if you're out, you're out.
Greg says the Indians have every right to feel cheated of at least a draw.
For some, Sydney 2008 was about bad umpiring and a match that slipped away. For others, it was about dignity, respect, and a cultural clash in the modern game. What's certain is it changed the way India and Australia looked at each other, and it showed the world that cricket could be as much about politics and pride as it is about bat and ball. The scorecard says Australia won by 122 runs, but the story, that will forever be remembered as the Monkeygate Test.